So good morning again, sunrisers in the room and online. Welcome to another sunrise meeting. To kick off our meeting this morning, I'll now invite Director Simone, who I believe is online, to do our invocation. My agenda says Director Simone. If I don't see Director Simone, I'm going to ask Phoebe Francis, could you come and do the invocation first, please? Come forward, please.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. Eternal and everlasting God, our Father, we give you thanks for this day, for the blessings of this day, and for all those who are here, those who are on the way. We ask your special blessings upon these proceedings this morning, and we ask, O Lord, that the contributions to the proceedings will be positive and meaningful. This we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. I believe the loyal toast is Hendrick, Director Hendrick. You're online. All right. And Director Hendrick is not online. Let me invite Director Yvonne. Could you do the loyal toast, please?
Good morning. Toast to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
To the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Thank you.
So let me start by welcoming everyone to our meeting. We're still in peace and conflict resolution month. And today we have another themed speaker, who's no stranger to Rotary. He's a Rotarian. Rotarian Mike, chair of the Road to Peace Foundation. But to do the welcome, the general welcome, let me invite Secretary Kemi to welcome everyone online, and I will the persons who are in the room. Please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Apologies, I could not be there in person, but it's wonderful to be here for another amazing Rotary morning. But firstly, I see, according to President, that we do have our guest speaker, PP Mike, in the room. So a warm welcome to you. But before I begin, I'll allow Rotarians, if you have any guests, as well as if someone tomorrow or someone in the room could, Keisha can let me know if there's any guests in the room physically as well.
I see Barry speaking.
So I guess if, oh, sorry. So Barry Sweden, do you want to unmute and introduce yourself quickly? No, then I guess I'll come back to you privately in the chat to get your details so we can invite you to future meetings. And that's...
Good morning.
Oh, sorry, good morning. Please go ahead.
Sorry for the delay. My name is Barry Sweeting. I am an associate of Nicolette Gardner, and she invited me out this morning.
Yeah, she did give me a heads up that you are coming, but I don't see her. So please, I hope our Sergeant of Arms is taking note of that.
I hope so. I'm a Kawanian. I've been a Kawanian for about 34 years now.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah. And we've done work with Rotary clubs throughout my years in Kiwanis, and we're all doing the same thing, trying to make the Bahamas a better place and trying to lift up the youth and the less fortunate.
Well, it's a pleasure having you to our meeting this morning. Hopefully we inspire you to do like I do from my former Kawanian days and switch over. So it's a pleasure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, family. Hello for me, Barry, Father Palacios.
Hey, Father Palacios. Yes, I definitely will.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Take good care.
And I also see we
Okay,
have a
I
fellow.
hope this crowd is paying attention. Thank you very much, Secretary Kemi. And by the way, I think the fine should come to you. Rotarian Nicolette is very much here. She's in the room.
Oh,
Right
she
and
is.
early.
Okay. I asked the person to introduce their guest, and I didn't hear anything. So, yes.
Yes, you are doing online, and so she probably thought you were going to be
Okay.
back to the room. All right, so welcome, Beverage meeting, and thank you, Nicolette, for inviting your colleague. I know Rotarian Nicolette is also responsible for inviting our guest speaker this morning. I know she's working to get that red ribbon off her badge. But a warm welcome, everyone. So without further ado, thank you, Secretary Kemi, for doing the welcome. I now invite Sherry tomorrow. If there, no, I actually saw Janelle. I just saw Janelle's picture. Did she jump off? Oh, welcome,
Yes.
Janelle.
I was about to say good warm welcome to our guest. And Janelle is in the chat as well, our former Rotarian
Right, welcome,
director.
Janelle. I know you've been trying to work your way back. We hope that will happen very soon. We miss you. All right, Chair Tamara, could you go ahead and do our milestones, anniversaries, birthdays? Anyone?
Good morning,
Birthday?
President Barnett. Thank you very much. Good morning, Rotarians. Good morning, guests. We have some celebrants this week. Celebrating birthdays is Kendrick Dames, Rotarian Kendrick Dames. Kendrick, happy birthday. I know you are a busy person. You work a lot, and I hope you get some time out this week to celebrate. And also want to make special mention to a very special young man who is always connected to our meetings, always engaged and involved. He celebrated a birthday on Tuesday. Little Master Trevin Smith, the son of Director Akeisha. I cannot allow the day to go without wishing you a very special birthday week, and I pray that you enjoy it. Celebrating rotiversaries. Ellsworth Johnson, 16 years, Feb 8. Antonio Pinder, 6 years, Feb 9. Shaniva Abraham, 7 years, Feb 11. And also Rotarians, Feb 23rd is Rotary's anniversary. We want to do something special. We want to have a social. So we want you to save the date, Feb 23rd at 6 p.m. We will share some more details and hopefully we can all gather together to celebrate. So that's it for me, President Donat. Back to you.
Yeah. So much, Chair Tamara. Welcome, AG Karen. And happy you mentioned February 23rd. That meeting is a Thursday meeting, and we're switching the meeting to 6 p.m. to allow for those who can't get up or you're still in your pajamas to come out as we celebrate the anniversary. It will be a social meeting with the fellowship, and it's in person only, right here at Crypto App. So please come on out Thursday, the 23rd of February at 6 p.m. Or Rotaractors or Interactors are invited to join us. I've already spoken to the Rotaractors. I'm going to ask Director Patrick to see if he could get a few of our Interactors to come that evening as we celebrate Rotary's anniversary. All right, and so that was a good kickoff to notices. I will now take notices if there are any other notices. I see PP Francis. Are you doing the notice or is it Father P? I believe Father P may have an announcement from the scholarship committee. Father P, the mic is yours. Did we lose Father P? Father P, open the camera so we can see you and your mic. Okay, go right ahead.
Thank you. We had a meeting a few days ago, and here is some of our plans. We are looking quite naturally at fundraising efforts so that we could honor in a very meaningful way the memorandum of understanding that we have with BTVI. It's going very well thus far, and I know those who are the recipients of scholarship would really appreciate it. We're looking at having probably an old school dance. We're looking for a place for that to take place. We are also considering a raffle. We've often done well with raffles, and we hope to continue. In fact, with the RCOB raffle, our club was really, if not the top, was really near the top in terms of what we were able to contribute by way of ticket sales. So we need to keep that up. In fact, even ramp that up. We're having our own raffle for this purpose. Then there is, we're proposing a walkathon. Some of you might know I am a walkathon freak. And we will have that at a time that is, well, I'm getting the schedule right now from the various organizations that are having walkathons, and we will see where we could fit in. But we need everybody to participate in these things. We are also considering asking on a voluntary basis to make an annual or even a monthly pledge to the scholarship fund. It can be done in this way. Let's say if a person covenants to raise $200, and we believe that everybody in this club could raise at least $100 a year. Some of us can do much more directly from our own resources. Others, again, would need people to help them, and that's fine. We don't want to put anybody under any pressure, but we just want to impress upon you that we'd like everybody to participate. You might just have, if you could cook, invite some friends around. Look, I'm having something at my house. Invite 5, 10 people, let them put in $20 each. That can work. We also hoping that if we get people to buy into that, then it'll go a long way in raising what PP Francis is about 15 grand a year. We have about that.
Yes.
That's what we are looking at. So you'll be hearing more, but these are some of the areas in which we want you to participate. And all of us, I believe, know enough people to be able to say, give me $10. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to make up a quota, my quota for the 100, 200. So let everybody, your covenant in your heart saying that you're going to do it. We don't want to put, I repeat, we don't want to put people under pressure, but we also want you to know how important it is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Father P, and members of the scholarship committee. Once we start a project, we have to make it sustainable. And so the target is 10 to 15,000 a year. And the Rotarian support, get all your friends, your Kiwanian friends and colleagues to join us in this project as well. I now invite a director of fundraising to make an announcement.
Good morning, everyone. I would just like to say we are scheduling a dance for tentatively March 18th. And we have the same challenges that the scholarship committee has in terms of their dance. And I'm wondering, I don't know if I should say this out loud, if I'll be out of order, but it sounds like the scholarship committee and the fundraising committee should collaborate in terms of us maybe getting together to raise some funds for the scholarship, because this particular event could possibly combine with your plans to make it one grand thing. And if this is okay, I didn't mean to spill it out loud, but it's just on my mind as you were speaking, Father Palacios.
I don't think that,
You just kind of stole your dance. It's not a separate dance.
Oh, it's the same dance?
But it's the same.
March 18th? Is it the same one?
Yes, it's the same dance as we did today.
Oh, okay. Forgive me. I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh, okay. Okay. It's the same dance. Okay, so sure. So anyway, we're scheduling tentatively for March 18th. And right now we are looking for a place that's reasonable, and that is becoming a challenge because everybody wants 2 dimes, and we would like to charge a reasonable price so our returns could be high. So if anybody has an idea or know of some place that we could possibly have a dance where the rent or the expenses, the overhead expenses, not going to be high, then please let us know so that we can reach out and do that. So that's where we are right now. Didn't realize it was the same dance. So yeah. Okay, that's it. We would like for everybody to really participate, because if everybody in the club participate, I mean, it could be very, very successful.
Yes, thank you so much for that, Director. I believe Community Services has an announcement as well. Director Jessica? So you open your mic. Are you making the announcement or is it Henry?
Can I go ahead in the meantime?
Yes, yes, you can go ahead in the meantime.
Sorry. So I know I discussed this with you previously, President Donef, but I guess I should make a official statement to the club that yesterday I received my posting notice. So I will unfortunately be leaving the country very soon. So I guess that will mean that I would have to step down as secretary due to the time difference. For everyone in the meeting, I guess I'll be getting posted abroad in Geneva, unless the Prime Minister changes his mind in the next few days. So I unfortunately will have to be departing the country. So yeah, I guess there's no other way to say it. It's been a joy and a pleasure, but I will be a little more remote, I guess, in the upcoming weeks.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. Is Director Jessica ready?
Hi, good morning, Rotarians and guests. So as this month is Peace and Conflict Resolution Month, the Projects Committee has decided to participate in a small lunch date with the government high school students, the Interact Club members, as well as the students that have been identified as potentially having more of an inclination or risk for poor conflict resolution handling. And so we would like to support the month by having an event scheduled tentatively for the 16th of February, where we will do a 1-hour lunch meeting with the students, having small speakers talk for about 10 minutes. So we will have representation from the police force, one from a lawyer as well, representing the legal side, and then one from a group called the Brotherhood that will give real life practical experiences and solutions for handling conflict resolution. So that will be hopefully next week, 16th, but I will update with a definitive date later in the week. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Okay, as you prepare to give any other announcements, I want to introduce the calendar, RCOB calendar. It's a joint project with all the clubs. And so you have they're a little late, but I needed to get your order so we can collect a batch of these. They're $15 each. And each club has a month on the calendar and a recipe of the month. Adventures like to try cooking, or you want to start learning to cook, you have a recipe each month that you can try. And March is a Lutheran. The month of April is the Club of Nassau Sunrise. And so each club has a month on the calendar. So they're $15. I need to make a bulk order, not individual orders. I have 2 so far, and I'm sure there are others who would love this beautiful calendar in your office or at home. It's a nice way to introduce Rotary. So if you need a couple of these to put in your office and one at home, please send me a note so I can make that order from Rotarian Lindsay. All right, any other announcements? I'd like to invite Director Atisha. Do we have a raffle?
Good morning. No, I did not get a response or an update from the purple team.
Oh. Okay. All right, so purple team, we have to correct that next week and have a double one for the raffle prize. All right, so without further ado, you have a prize. Okay. Oh yes, that was donated last week, but we went with something else. So we could do that as a raffle. Come, can you bring it for me, please? It's a Sony headset. Okay, yes, so this was the prize last week, but we had something else. All right, so it plays back 35 hours, charges in 10 minutes, and it plays 90 minutes of music. It's a Sony wireless stereo headset. So for those who love to walk, those who like to just, vibe their music, please enter your ticket purchase in the chat. It's $5 for one ticket and 2 tickets for $10. All right, so please let us know if you and support the raffle. All right, just before we take our speaker, let me invite a Rotarian of the month, or Rotarian of the month for the month of January. It's just a very, very amazing Rotarian. And this Rotarian, when he puts his hand to something, I gave a that is a male, he really works hard at it. And this year, we've seen an amazing result from the work of Director Patrick with the Interact clubs right throughout New Providence. We have GHS with over 15 members. We have Kingsway having won the recent debate, the semifinals. He's just an amazing dad to all these interactions. So let me invite Director Patrick. Which you're Rotarian of the month. And I know you love your team, so this one year where thank you for all that you do for our parents. Thank you. All right, so please.
Yeah.
Thank you, Father P. And now I'll invite Rotarian Nicolette to come forward and introduce our guest speaker.
Morning, fellow Rotarians and guests. I wish to introduce Mr. Michael Russell, Rotary Club of the Road to Peace Chairman. Mr. Russell is a father of 5, 2 boys and 3 girls, and a grandfather of 6, 4 boys and 2 girls. Mr. Russell graduated from St. Augustine College in 1973. He worked for John Will Group of Companies for 35 years, where he started out as an accounts clerk. He eventually moved up to the company and ended his career in 2011 as the Loss Prevention Office and Manager of People Operations. Later, he then formed his company, Bahamas Asset Tracking Limited, which provides the best GPS tracking and fleet management system in the Bahamas, and which is mostly used for fleet vehicles. But also, it provides security and peace of mind for private vehicle and boat owners. His hobbies are billiards and darts. He always loved shooting billiards from he was a young boy. But when he learned how to play darts, he basically stopped shooting pool to play darts, which he's been doing for over 45 years. Mr. Russell has traveled to several islands in the Caribbean and as far as Australia and Japan. to represent the Bahamas in World and Caribbean Dart Championships. In April of 2011, he joined Rotary Club of East Nassau and has served on East Nassau boards 5 times. And now he's the current Community Service Chair. In 2016, he was asked by then East Nassau's president, Diane de Cardenas, to attend a Rotary Club of the Bahamas Road to Peace Committee meeting. And after doing this, he felt that he had found his niche in Rotary Bahamas. He has continued to be an active member of Road to Peace Committee for the past 6.5 years and was appointed chairman of the Great Committee back in 2019. In 2018, Mr. Russell joined the National Neighborhood Watch Council after attending a training by the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and he is still a member today. And also president of his Neighborhood Crime Watch Association. He joined National Advisory Council on Crime back in March 2019 and is still a member today. Mr. Russell was a member of the Rehabilitation of Offenders Committee from July 1st, 2019 to November 29th, 2021. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed guest speaker, Rotarian Michael Russell.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here to speak today. Before I get into this too much, I just want to say that Patrick is a member of this fantastic committee. And PAG Karen, she's in our chat room. She doesn't always say much, but she will keep us on private times. We did this brochure a few years ago, and statistics may have changed, but our mission goes. So I'm going to basically read from this. And I want to say that back in 2015, P.P. William Wong from the West Club called Mr. Stubbs sitting over there and told him Rotary has to get off the side and do something to help fight the crime in this country. So they had a meeting with Mr. Stubbs. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. Stubbs, P.P. Wong, PAG Tim Ingram, PAG Stan Charlton, and Tony from one of the and it was decided that to form this group, this committee, which comprises of all of the Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas. We have almost everybody. Abigail was a part of the group, but after Dorian representative dropped out, we haven't been able to get this up to this point. And one other group, one other club that hasn't joined us yet. I'm not sure if it's the timing or whatever. And so we try to discuss. We were meeting every week at one point, but then it became every 2 weeks. Then now COVID has kind of put us on slow down. But we still meet every 2 weeks at least, or when we're doing an event, a webinar, whatever it is, we get together 2 or 3 weeks back to back up until whatever it is that we're doing. So, what is Road to Peace? Road to Peace is a committee created by the Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas to address the problem of crime and violence in the Bahamas. Rotarians are committed to promoting peace and conflict resolution in the evolving climate of violence in the Bahamas. Why Road to Peace? According to the Inter-American Development Bank, our murder rate has doubled over the past decade and is now among our highest in the region at 31.9 per 100,000. Violence against women and children is also a major concern. The average rate of rapes reported over 2009 to 2013 was 27 per 100,000 population. This is above the already high regional average. Crime and violence threatens the stability of our communities and has prompted the RCOB to action. Our mission: to develop social-based strategies and proactive interventions for fostering change and promoting peace in partnerships with others. Who we are. The Road to Peace Committee was led by myself, with, as I mentioned before, members from all of the Rotary clubs in the Bahamas. The goals and objectives: to help reduce crime in the Bahamas, to promote peaceful relations, to encourage citizen security and community engagement, to advocate for more civic collaboration with law enforcement agencies, to foster mutual responsibilities through effective partnerships, to support conflict resolution training, to pursue viable and meaningful social-based programs that fight crime and violence. Initiatives. We've hosted peer mediation sessions with high school students in March of 2016. We've also been into BTBI, and we've had one training there. We were trying to get other trainings going, but scheduling and everything didn't work out with them. Hopefully we will get back there again. BTBI has a problem with the younger persons that come in. There, a lot of persons have dropped out of high school for whatever reasons, and now they realize they need education, so they go to BTBI, but they don't know how to get along with the other person. So they have to have this peer mediation conflict resolution training to try to teach them how to work with others. We've collaborated with Queen's College in a Peace Talk initiative, which involves students being taught ways to interact with their peers, which focus on respect and peaceful conflict resolutions. Participated in Peace Launch Rally at Rawson Square back in September 2015. Maybe we need another one. Things that really get out in this country. To show support in the fight against crime. Co-hosted summer rowing program with Nassau Rowing Club in July 2016. We thought at that point that if we got involved with sporting associations or creative sporting associations, try to unite people, that we could keep the kids off of the streets and doing something meaningful and teaching them how to behave and work with each other. We've donated computers to the Crisis Center and other civic organizations. We've had an RTP position paper prepared on crime and its effects on social society. We met with a number of the commissioners over the years to sit and talk with them to see how we can work along with police and see where we go with that. Further options: assist the nonprofit civic organizations with their ongoing programs by lending human resources, talent, and financial help. We had started to help some of these nonprofit organizations, yet we registered, but then we realized we weren't registered. And so how could we help somebody else if we weren't registered? So it took us before the pandemic until after the pandemic to actually get registered. I don't know how many times we applied. Jamal Davis, who is a member of the Council Club, Jamal, I should say. He did it pro bono, free, did everything for us. We finally got our registration in April of this year. And we're now in the process of trying, no, this year, last year, trying to get our bank account straight. But again, working with these banks, there's so much red tape, you know, this KYC, right, Garrett? So we're in the process of doing that so we can be self-sustainable, you know, trying to get checks from Rotary Club of the Bahamas to pay for whatever it is. It sometimes takes weeks or months to get these checks, you know, passing through the hands. So we want to be able to do these things ourselves. Continue to organize peer peace mediation programs in the high schools and local organizations. Identify youth programs where we can provide mentorship training, job opportunities, and other initiatives to help in the fight against crime. Another thought is, my thought maybe is that there's a lot of people out there doing good work, but there's one person here, one person here, and we all don't know what each other is doing. So our thought is to try to combine them together, bring them together so that they're all under one umbrella, at least we all know what each other is doing, and we can lend resources to each other. We have created a peer mediation and conflict resolution program, which we piloted in 3 of the government schools, primary, junior, and high schools. And it was supposed to have actually been launched in the school back in September 2019, but Dorian hit and threw everybody's life into chaos. I no longer than yesterday had a talk with the head guidance council from the ministry, and we are going to try to have a meeting with the Minister Hannah Martin to get her buy-in, to get her support, to get her stamp of approval, and whatever resources that we need from the Ministry of Education to get this done in the schools. One of the problems with the schools is nobody wants to say, oh, we had 20 fights in the school last week, or staff or whatever else. So that is the part, and of course, Rotary wants to be to get these things to know that we're being sustainable. That whatever program we're investing in is a sustainable program. So that's one of the holdups that we have initially as well. We fulfill our Rotary International mandate to promote peace and conflict resolution. And, you know, as I said, there's basically one person, at least one person from every club. Some of us have 2 or 3 people. So whatever we do for you as well. So you can add whatever we do to your conflict resolution, peace and conflict resolution mandates. We hosted mini peace conference in 2018, which was very successful. We brought in a couple of international persons, somebody from Pure Violence, which is a group in the U.S. that wherever they go in the U.S. or around in Trinidad and other places, they reduce murder by 50%. We introduced them to the then Minister of National Security. He came and he spoke at this conference, and he told Dr. Gary Slutkin, who's the doctor that actually developed that program. He told Dr. Slutkin that we would be doing the Kill Violence program. Today, I chased behind it, and from one government to another government, it's still in limbo right now. Carlos Reed says he has a Pure Violence program that started under Bernard Mordich, Dr. Bernard Mordich, some years ago. It's not the same thing, but if you bring it up in front of Carlos, he says he's doing it. Everybody has their own. We've also had a online peace conference prior to the pandemic. The pandemic, of course, shut a lot of these things down. So hopefully we're going to have another one this year in September, which is World Conflict or World Peace, September 21st, I think it is. And hopefully it's going to be in person again. We launched the peer mediation program. We were trying to launch the peer mediation program back in 2019, but as I said, that fell through. We have worked with a Canadian group, Rotarians, called ACT, which they do life coaching for at-risk teenagers, at-risk youth. Last December, after pushing this since 2018, we finally met with the Minister of Social Services, and he's put his stamp of approval on us doing the ACT program, the life coaching, for one boy in Simpson Pen and one girl in Pratt. Now we have an issue where they're trying to find this boy and this girl because they have to be sentenced for a year or a minimum of a year for this life coaching to happen. So we're waiting to get that done. The idea behind that as well is to bring these Canadians down, be able to train in their environments for persons that want to be life coaches, and then they will go into prisons or wherever else life coaches is needed. So at least we've got a letter from the minister saying we can move ahead with that. And as I said, we're trying to get to the fair mediation conflict resolution with the Ministry of Education. I've also, we have several webinars over the years with Chief Justice, Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson and Ron Roberts, all to do with peace and conflict resolution. We have a webinar, a professor from the University in New York, a criminal college in New York, and I have since organized a meeting with her, with the Minister of National Security, to talk about restorative justice, to start a program here for restorative justice. She has, since then, the minister gave her the go-ahead. She's now speaking with 2 university professors in developing this program. And she's got IDB willing and ready to pay the full for it, to fund the money for it, if the minister goes ahead and approves it. But right now, we're waiting for the 2 professors to write a letter outlining the program to give to the minister for him to sign off on. I spoke to him maybe 2 weeks ago, and he says, get him the letter and we'll look at it. And if he agrees with it, he'll sign off. It's no expense for the government. They are doing this. I released them. So hopefully that gets done in the very near future. She was also told that she would be given copies of the prison plans, the new prison that they're planning to build. She wanted them to pass on to an architectural firm to look at the plans to make sure the prison is being designed in a way for restorative justice. Right now we are running, we started this in January, we run a peace poem competition. We've sent out flyers. I don't know if you guys have gotten it, but either Mr. Patrick. And to pass out to the teenagers over, there's from 12 to 17 years old. There's 3 groups, and it's a $200 prize being given out at the end of this, which the closing date is the 27th, I think, of this month. And then we're going to announce the winner next month, and we'll plan to do the presentation. We've done these twice before, and we've done them up in Fox Hill. Fox Hill, the basketball court by the roundabout, there was a center in Fox Hill, then where they had the shooting of the 11 persons, 4 of them got killed. We dedicated that as a peace site. So every year since we dedicated it, we've tried to do something there to promote, show peace and so forth. So we've done it there. We've had the persons, the students have won these competitions, 3 groups, to come out and read their poems to the general public. We've had a walk. I heard whoever was online said that you guys are going to be planning a walk. We were supposed to have been doing one this month because this is Peace and Conflict Resolution Month. But it got pushed back. We're hopefully going to do it in September. We just got to be careful with the Cancer Society. I think they do one. So we don't want to run the same weekend. That's happened before. Joanne, PP Joanne from East Club and myself, we actually sit on a committee with Dr. Patterson on a white ribbon campaign, which is ending violence against women and children. And that is celebrated or acknowledged in November. And we've done this for the past 3 years. It was gaining momentum, but this past year, Crisis Center had their 40th anniversary. And so their focus wasn't on the white ribbon as much as it should have been. Joanne and I were kind of pushing it almost by ourselves. We have supported over the BTVI Street Legends, the basketball group. They have a mobile trade school, electrician, plumbing, welding, construction, HABC, and auto mechanics. The course is free to the students. They just have to buy their uniforms, which is a shirt and a hat or hard hat. And then they have to buy their toolkit. So we donated a couple of toolkits to them. And we're in support of that to, again, get the people off the streets and get them trained. So I think that brings me to the end. Do you have any questions?
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, Okay, go ahead, Nikki.
Hi, Mike. Has any consideration been given to hold a few meetings in the on parks in the inner city, particularly during back to school, in collaboration with the community chairs? Back to school bags being distributed would be a great time to speak to the children in the park in the city. I'm asking this because the crime rate last year was exceptional. I think it's one of the highest crime rates that we've had in our country. And so you mentioned going into the various schools, but there are also persons who are out of school, unemployed, young men not doing anything. I think having meetings on the park in the inner city would be another way to reach those persons to talk about conflict resolution.
I'm going to say no, we have not thought of going into the parks in that way. I suggested some time ago that we try to meet with the young persons and talk to them, let them tell us what's going on and see how we could help them out. That hasn't happened. It's a goal, I guess, to arrange it. I do have a relation with the office manager for urban renewal in Fox Hill. Her office is right across from the park. Her son was one of the 4 persons that got killed in the Netherlands shooting. So every day she goes to work, she's got to look over there and see that park. So she's helped us out with anything that we needed in Fox Hill. She did only one time about sitting on the Fox Hill board. That was the last I heard of that. I don't know what happened there. We are having a piece on the park on the 25th. We've done this twice so far. Once in Main Brownstown, where all the Rotary clubs supporters came out, and we had the piece on the park. We did it in Fox Hill, what was that, 2019, 2020, and then we're planning it in Camp Road this year on the 25th. We want Rotarians to come out just to watch. We have urban renewal watching band coming out. We're going to walk about 30 minutes, 40 minutes around the neighborhood. We have Minister Monroe coming out to speak. We have the Defense Force Rangers are going to do a drill. We have the police cadets coming out to do a drill. We have the Girl Guides coming out to just be there to promote. We have several organizations coming out to promote their organization. Crisis Center, Crime Watch, Crime Stoppers, Girl Guides. We've invited the Boy Scouts, haven't got a reply. Boys Brigade, we've invited a number of people out. They are going to be doing some basketball. It's not going to be a basketball game, but it's going to be some kind of shootouts, free throws, dunking, whatever, things that they do. We have East Nassau's providing a hamburger van, and they're going to be giving away hamburgers and hot dogs to whoever participates, the kids in the neighborhood, so forth. We're trying to get drinks to be donated. We're looking at the face painter. So we have some expenses. So if anybody wants to chip in and help support us, that'd be great. Volunteers just to come out when we march around, we come out in our Rotary shirts, show a banner from Rotary, a flag from Rotary, whatever it is, to come out to show that Rotary is there. That we care about you.
Right. Any questions online? Oh, you still have, sorry, go ahead.
During an event, as you just described, is there a presentation given to during that time? Does someone present or talk about peace resolution to the young people who are attending the event?
Okay. In the past, from Maine to Brownstown, we had Scrooge Brown, who's an activist in that area. He spoke about whatever. We had Fox Hill, we had Eric Fox speak. And this year, we have actually the cultural ambassador, Jamal Rowe. He's coming out, he's going to speak because he's going to speak about his life, where he started from, because he started in one of the inner cities, I don't remember which one, and now here it is. He's moved up the ladder and he's now the cultural ambassador for the Bahamas. So he's going to speak, and Mr. Monroe's going to speak. And as I said, we're going to have each of the different organizations that have agreed to come out. They're going to be promoting their organization crisis center. So things of that, not specifically what you said, but along those lines.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your support. Things and education about this program is especially me. I have a couple of comments that almost like I'm speaking just to give you an idea. I think in order to be successful, you have to have numbers, right? And you may want to consider a program used to run anything that you can do about 3 times. Because the operation for time the least I can talk to that. The other thing I want to mention, I think we talked about the push to have a remuneration program in the government. Yeah, many years ago, I did a recommendation. I have a very mentee, in fact, who does mediation for national systems in the Carolinas at the moment.
I met him. He came down 2 years ago.
I can bring it down. Right?
The folks who gather, they're not charging us a thing. Okay. Right. And I'm going on and there are
all right, are there questions online? Any in the chat? Anyone? Any questions from our online attendees? All right. So we're done. Thank you so much, Chair Knight, but to do the official. In fact, Patrick has been doing such a great job that he already solicited a donator for Road to Peace, which we're about to make happen. I need to get my board to agree, but he's doing a great job in that regard. He's going to say an official thank you.
On behalf of Sunrise, we want to thank you for taking time off of your busy schedule. I know coming up here early in the morning is not an easy thing, so we want to thank you. And personally, I want to say thank you for your determination. I mean, I have seen when you start alone, but you never give up on anything. Anything you see him put his teeth into, he don't let go. He be going for days, weeks, months, years, and he don't give up on it. He continue to go until he get it done. Continue to work. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Okay, thank you so much, Chairman. And now the raffle. I don't know, everybody got a chance to buy a ticket? Yeah, somebody's feeling lucky. All right, well, and yes, we also bought a ticket. So to ask him to pay for. We have the tickets ready. Almost. All right. Okay, so while we're doing that, I just wanted to say just another announcement. The Crisis Center would like us to partner to help them man their phones, their hotline. And so what it entails is really there are times when people call and they want to commit suicide or they need help. They're going through some domestic situation and they need someone to help them through this on the phone. Now, this is something that you have to be trained for. You can't just pick up the phone and start talking to someone off the ledge. So they're going to run some training programs. The scheduled dates and proposed dates really are March 11th or 18th. It's a Saturday. They're flexible. They work with us in this time. And so what they'll do is transfer their hotline to a cell phone, which will roam throughout the club, depending on who's working that shift. And you basically would, if that phone rings. So if you know you have someone who can wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and pray with someone and talk to them, then perhaps you're not the right fit. Another project that we'll have for you. But this requires some persons who can pick up the phone and have a conversation with someone at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and then go back to sleep. So if you know you're that person, please let us know so we can arrange a training. Crisis Center really need our support. And I know we've been trying for about a year or two now to work on that and to assist. And so if you want to have them transfer the hotline to your phone to a dedicated number, so at night, so your number would not be given out. They would still call the Crisis Center hotline, but if there's no response, it rings through to your phone and you can answer and help that person who is in serious crisis. And we know there's some persons who, that's how they want to give back. That's your area of interest. And if that is so, if that's your way of giving back, then we need you at this time. So let me know so we can send you the forms to sign up for March 11th or 18th for the training so we can have some volunteers working with the Crisis Center. We really need help, guys. All right, so come forward, please, Director. And haven't run this by the board because I was taken by surprise by our secretary's announcement. But once there's a vacancy and he has not really resigned, just to say, we have someone on standby who's willing to be the secretary. We just need the board's approval. And so once we have approved it as a board, I'll make a formal announcement as to who will take on the baton and continue the secretarial role for the rest of the year. But I want to thank Secretary Kemi for his diligence, his attention to detail, and for carrying the role of secretary in a very difficult time. You know, it's difficult to get people to come out to do things, but he tries. And so I want to thank you, Secretary Kemi, for all you did for Nassau Sunrise. We will never get a chance to have you attend in person, maybe at the meeting on the 23rd. If you're leaving earlier, then please let us know so we can arrange something so that we can officially say farewell, as we usually do when persons are leaving the club. All right, so with that said, let me invite our chairman of Road to Peace to pick his ticket or somebody else. But you have a heart in the race. I think you're going to have whatever. The flow that has a horse in the race. With somebody in the room. I thought it was on that as a name. I don't know what. I'm happy this person wins it because if I had one, I was going to give it to someone and I know this person is going to give it to the same person. So let me congratulate the winner, 620-399. 620-399. I know God is going to make sure that you got them. Right, it's a birthday gift. And wrap the prize from your godfather on behalf of all of us at Nassau Sunrise. Congratulations. Okay, that said, let's stand for our 4-way test. And I believe it says Eric or Errol, PP Errol, or?
Yep, Eric.
Eric.
President
Okay.
Don and Eric.
Oh, great. So go ahead, please, the 4-way test.
Good morning. The 4-way test. Of all the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better fellowship?
Build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And will it be
beneficial to all concerned?
All It's just early and then he hasn't been in a while, so thank you. And to do our final toast, I invite past secretary to the podium.
To Rotary around the world.
Right. So guys, thank you so much. Have a most wonderful day. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to our guests. I hope you enjoyed the meeting and we will see you again next week. Next week, we won't have a speaker to do a Valentine meeting, so wear something red. And the following meeting will be a fellowship as well. It will be the Rotary anniversary. So we look forward to seeing you in person in that meeting. Have the most amazing day. Thank you.
Have a blessed day, everybody.
Have a great day, everyone.
Okay, bye everyone.